Hello to my green class and all my other friends. How are you today? It's so good to see you and make another video for you. I wanted to start this circle time video by singing one of the songs that we would sing when we would gather at circle time at St. Mark's at our school. So sometimes Tori or I would sit down on the rug and we would sing the song that goes like this. And this song is in French, and so I try to use the French language, which is different than the English language, and see if I can pronounce these words correctly. It goes, asseyez-vous, 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 s'il vous plaît, play, merci beaucoup, coo. Do you remember what that means? That would be the song that we would sing that when we were asking you to come sit down with us on the circle, on the rug, on our colorful rug. Usually when we sat for circle time, we'd sit all around in a circle, all around our colorful rug. And now we're not around that colorful rug. So you could choose to sit down on the floor like we used to do. Or maybe you're sitting on a big comfy chair like I am, or maybe on a couch, maybe you're on your carpet, or maybe you are laying on your belly on your bed or your parents' bed, or maybe you're jumping around. Any of those things are fine today. So let me read you a story. And this story is called Harriet, You'll Drive Me Wild. And this is written by Mem Fox, and it's illustrated by Marla Frazee. Illustrated means that's the person who drew the pictures. And she also draws pictures for another one of my favorite books that I hope to read someday. So here goes the story. Harriet Harris was a pesky child. She didn't mean to be. She just was. Look at what she's doing with that horn. Do you think the dog likes that? I'm not sure. I think maybe not. I'll hold the picture here and the words are on my side. One morning at breakfast, she knocked over a glass of juice. Just like that. Oh my goodness, is she sitting on her chair? Have you ever knocked over a glass of juice? I think I have. Just last night, my daughter knocked over her glass of milk, and it landed, all the milk spilled right into the plate of salmon. So we had some milky salmon last night. Her mother didn't like to yell. So instead she said, Harriet, my darling child. I'm sorry, said Harriet, and she was. My daughter Annika also apologized. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's okay. It happens. We spill sometimes. At snack time, she dribbled jam all over her jeans, just like that. Can you see what else got spilled? It looks like maybe some cookies and Cheerios too. Harriet's mother didn't like to yell, so instead she said, Harriet, my darling child, Harriet, you'll drive me wild. I'm sorry, said Harriet, and she was. Before lunch, when Harriet was painting a picture, she dripped paint onto the carpet, just like that. Have any of you been painting any pictures? Her mother didn't yell. She didn't like to yell, so instead she said, Harriet, my darling child, Harriet, you'll drive me wild. Harriet, sweetheart, what are we to do? I'm sorry, said Harriet, and she was. At lunchtime, Harriet slid off her chair, and the tablecloth came with her, just like that. Oh no, Look at all those spills. That dog is still watching. Her mother didn't like to yell, did she? So instead she said, "Harriet, my darling child, Harriet, you'll drive me wild. Harriet, sweetheart, what are we to do? Harriet Harris, I'm talking to you." "I'm sorry," said Harriet, and she was. Well, later that afternoon, when Harriet was meant to be napping, she ripped open a pillow just like that. 1,000 feathers flew in every direction. There was a terrible silence. And then Harriet's mother began to yell. She yelled and yelled and yelled. "I'm sorry," cried Harriet. "I'm really, really sorry." I don't think she meant to rip that pillow open. Her mother took a deep breath. Let's do that. That helps us calm down. And her mother said, "I know you are," she said, hugging Harriet tight. "I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have yelled, and I wish I hadn't. But sometimes it happens just like that." "Big mess," said Harriet. "A very big mess," said her mother. And you know what? She started to laugh. And they laughed and laughed and went on laughing as they picked up feathers together. Whew. I think that story is pretty fun because I know that we all spill things and we all do things that we didn't really mean to do. And I also know that all of us get angry sometimes, and sometimes we might even yell. Sometimes that happens. But even if that happens, we still love each other, and we can still say, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that," or "I'm sorry I yelled." And maybe we can even give each other a hug after that. So that makes me think of a few things. It makes me think of the song, "If you're happy and you know it," what should you do? Clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're sad and you know it, cry a tear. If you're sad and you know it, cry some tears. If you're sad and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're sad and you know it, cry some tears. What could you do if you saw somebody that looked sad? Sometimes if I see somebody that looks sad, I might say, "Do you need a hug?" And if they say yes, then I would give them a hug. If you're angry and you know it, what should you do? Some people say, stomp your feet. If it's not hurting anyone, I suppose you could. If you're angry and you know it, stomp your feet. You can also say, "I'm angry." If you're angry and you know it, then your words can surely show it. If you're angry and you know it, say, "I'm angry." If you're, if you feel sorry about something, maybe you didn't mean to do something, you can say, "I'm sorry." If you're feeling bad about something, you can say, I'm sorry. If you're feeling kind of bad, I don't know what else to say. If you're feeling kind of bad, you can say, I'm sorry. So what else is there? If you're, I feel like you could keep singing this song all day. Think of all your emotions you might be having. If you're excited and you know it, what could you do? Dance around? Or if you're silly and you know it, dance around? If you're silly and you know it, then your body might show it. If you're silly and you know it, dance around or sing a song. So the last thing I want to do with you is to remember some of our deep breaths. Last time when I did a story, we did our A breath, alligator. B breath, butterfly. C breath, cake with candles. Blow your candles out. So this week I want to do A, B, C, D, E, and F. Let's see if I can remember them. D stands for dolphin. So I remember this breath that we put our hands up like we're going to dive, and we take a deep breath in, and then when we're going to dive into the water, then we breathe out. So we do dolphin breath. E. Elevator. Have you ever been on an elevator? So the elevator breath, we imagine that the elevator is on the bottom floor, and we can pretend maybe there are 5 floors in our elevator. So when we breathe in, we're going to count to 5 as we breathe in all the way to the top of the building. And then we'll count backwards from 5 down to 1 when we breathe out. So we go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elevator. F. Flower breath. Have you seen any flowers in your yard? Maybe after this video, you want to go outside and see if you see any in your yard. I have some big yellow ones that are called daffodils, and I have these little purple violets that are popping up in my grass. So let's pretend we're going to pick a flower from our yard, and some flowers have either pollen on them, or I think of dandelion flowers that when they go to seed, they have all those little seeds on them. They turn white. And let's pretend we're going to take a deep breath and blow all those seeds out into the yard to make more flowers. Are you ready? Take a breath. Spread those everywhere. Thank you for reading Harriet, You'll Drive Me Wild by Mem Fox. Thank you for singing with me, and we will see you again next time. Bye-bye.